Okay, students, let us continue our discussion on DSP, where we were discussing about circular convolution, correct? Today we shall understand a method called as Stockham's method. Stockham's method. Stockham's method, the 3 steps to be followed, okay, or 4 step rather. You are given with obviously 2 signals x1n and x2n. I have to circularly convolute these two so as to find the third signal. Third signal x3n I am finding out with the help of circular convolution of these 2 signals, correct? Now how I am doing in case of Stockham's method is I will be finding the DFT of the first signal. DFT of the first signal. That is step 1. Step 1. Find DFT of first signal. Step 2. Find discrete Fourier transform DFT of second signal. Step 3. Multiply x1k and x2k. That is, find DFT of first signal, this is x1k. Find DFT of second signal, that is x2k. I am multiplying both x1 and x2k so as to find x3k. What is x3k? DFT of the third signal output. x1k multiplied by x2k. Step 4 is all about finding out the IDFT. Step 4, find x3 of n, third signal, in the time domain by making IDFT of x3k. That's what we are doing. These are the 4 steps that need to be followed. See, in a pictorial manner, you can see that x1n DFT you have to find out. You will get x1k. Similarly, x2n DFT you have to find out. You will get x2k, multiply both, you will get x3k, find IDFT, you will get x3n, okay, which is nothing but x1n circularly convoluted with x2n. This is called as Stockham's method. Let us solve an example which I had given you as an assignment. Obviously many students have solved. Let us solve and get the answer for this. Okay, I will solve it in the next board. Okay, let us go ahead with the solution. Okay, first x1n is given as 1 2 3 1 and second signal x2n is given as 4 3 2 2. Let us apply Stockham's method to solve this to obtain the answer or the circular convolution of these 2 signals. My aim is to find the third signal x3n, which is x1n circularly convoluted with x2n. 1 2 3 1, the length is 4, this length is also 4, the circular convolution is applicable with the length 4. Now step 1. Find DFT of first signal or x1n. I will be applying matrix method. It is easy for me to apply it. Hence x1k is equal to 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. Third column 1 minus 1 1 minus 1. Third row 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1. I will fill it with minus j, 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 minus j, j and j. And here the first signal given 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, and obviously you can find the answer first row first column and summing it up 1 plus 1, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1, which is equal to 7. Similarly, if you do this 1 minus j2 minus 3 plus j giving you minus 2 minus j1, correct? Minus 2 minus j. Similarly, third row this column 1 minus 2 plus 3 minus 1. The answer become equal to 1, correct? Now the last 1 plus j2 minus 3 minus j1, giving you minus 2 plus j1. My answer has come now. Similarly, anyway, I will write x1k. x1k, my answer is 7 minus 2 minus j1, 1 minus 2 plus j1. Okay, similarly I will go ahead with the step 2. Step 2, find DFT of x2n, that is x2k. Again I am applying the matrix method. 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. Third row third column 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1, then minus j, j and j, and then the given signal 4 3 2 2, 4 3 2 2. Multiply these two and you will get the answer, that is first row first column 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2, this is 11, correct? Now 4 minus j3 minus 2 plus j2, giving you 2 minus j1, correct? 2 minus j1. Similarly, third row column 4 minus 3 plus 2 minus 2, giving you answer as 1, correct? The last one, which is conjugate of this, but anyway I will do it. 4 plus j3 minus 2 minus j2, giving you 2 plus j1. My answer for x2k has come. Now my answer for x2k is 11, 2 minus j1, 1, 2 plus j1. Now step 3. Step 3 is obtaining x3k, which is x1k multiplied by x2k, correct? Both I have to multiply. Now x3k is equal to x1k, 7 minus 2 minus j1, 1 and minus 2 plus j1 multiplied by x2k, 11, 2 minus j1, 1, 2 plus j1. Okay. Here it is 1-to-1 multiplication. 77, 2 into 2 minus 4 minus j2 plus j2 and minus into minus plus j square 1, that means minus 1. Next 1 into 1, then here minus 4 plus j2 minus j2 plus j square 1 plus j square 1 means minus 1. My answer has come out to be 77. j2 cancels here, minus j2 and plus j2 giving you minus 5, 1 minus 5. Okay, step 3 is completed. I have to solve the fourth step, step 4, that is finding out the inversion of this or applying IDFT on x3k so as to get x3 of n. Let us solve it in the next board. Okay, I have to go ahead with the step 4, where in step 4 x3 of n is nothing but IDFT of x3 of k. What is x3 of k? x3 of k is multiplication of x1 and x2. Now already you got x3 of k. You are having answer for x3 of k which you had in the previous board, that is 77 minus 5, 1 and minus 5. This answer you had. Now to find x3 of n, I will be applying IDFT. Again I will be using the matrix method. You know that in matrix method you have to apply this 1 by n, here wn conjugate into x of k. That means here I will be solving this 1 by 4, n is 4 here. Next what comes here is conjugate matrix for twiddle factor. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Third column 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1. Third row 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1. You started with minus j, but in the complex conjugate or finding out IDFT, j to be filled here, j minus j minus j. Right, here the given DFT 77 minus 5, 1 and minus 5. Okay, now that becomes equal to 1 by 4, 1 by 4. Now you have to multiply first row column, that is 77 minus 5 plus 1 minus 5. 77, 78 minus 10, that is 68, is equal to 68. Similarly 77 minus j5 minus 1 plus j5, correct? Minus j5 plus j5 goes 77 minus 1, 76. Next 77 plus 5 plus 1 plus 5. 77, 10, 87, 88. The last answer 77, 77 plus j5 minus 1 minus j5. plus j5 minus j5 cancels, giving you 77 minus 1, 76. Now you got x3 of n, which is equal to 1 by 4, 68, 76, 88, 76, which is nothing 17, 19, 22, 19. Okay, you are getting answer as 17, 19, 22, 19. Okay, this is my answer. You already had got this in your assignment. Anyway, I solved this with the Stockham's method. See, Stockham's method is very important. One has to see to that. This is the assignment which you have to solve along with this. X1n is equal to 1, 1, 1, 0. X2n, okay, X2n is 1 minus 2, 2, 0. Use Stockham's method. To find x1n circularly convoluted with x2n. Obviously, n given here is 4. You have to find this using Stockham's method. Post me the assignment. Okay, I want you all to finish all the 10 or 11 videos as well as all the assignments by tomorrow, so that you can be eligible for writing the internal assessment. Okay, which I will be scheduling in the next week. Okay, thank you.